All right, so we are back, and we are back for one specific reason, because apparently, rumored to be, I can't confirm just yet, but I wanted to talk about KSI Tommy Fury may potentially be next, may potentially be the return fight for KSI. No warm-ups, no need, just rematch. I have no idea what's going on, but let's get into it anyway. KSI Tommy Fury, the talks are on, I think, maybe not, I don't know. The breakdown, let's go. All right, so as of today, October 26th of recording. Probably you guys see this on the 27th, maybe the 28th, depending on when this comes out. KSI and Tommy Fury have been reportedly in talks, according to a tweet from Michael Benson. Now, Tommy Fury and KSI rematch is reportedly in talks and may well happen next, as Fury is said to have pulled out of the show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here at late notice after receiving a more lucrative offer, which is believed to be a KSI fight. And then we have the first fight, one of the first things that happened in the first fight, where KSI bounces into range, lands a solid right hand, and Tommy is definitely taken off guard. Look at the place shake. Look at the camera shake. Oh, my Lord, it was insane. Look at him, Taylor's in the background going crazy. How can he not, though? It's insane, man. How could you not? Here's Mams Taylor, apparently a Sun exclusive. Let's see what this is.
I think Tommy would do really well on the Misfits roster. And I know we're always, our team's in touch with their team. So watch this space. Let's see what happens. And as far as KSI and Tommy, I think when the time is right, that rematch definitely should happen. It was, to this day, people are very divided about that result.
Yeah. Do you think it more likely than not the rematch happens next year, 2025?
I mean, it's not happening this year.
Yeah. But you never know. I mean, like people would have assumed Jake and JJ would have fought a year after Logan, and it went on. Do you think it's more likely that Tommy KSI is a bit smoother and we could see the rematch within a year or so?
I think so. I think it's very possible. Yeah.
Mams keeping stuff close to the vest is new, but something that I think is a big deal, because this is not something that you've seen him do a lot. You could tell from that video, usually old Mams, if this was anything close to being possible or not, just by his facial expression. He's doing a better job of keeping things close to the vest. So do I believe this report, the way it's written from the Sun, as in Tommy Fury in talks with KSI rematch? Maybe. Okay, yeah, there's talks going on, potentially. I'll just say this. If it is true, KSI has got some balls on him to come right back and rematch it with the guy that just beat him. That's pretty freaking awesome to see. Fair play to him. But do I believe this? Yes and no. When I say yes, yeah, there's probably communications going on with Tommy Fury for the KSI fight. Do I think it happens like super soon? Probably not, just because KSI is just now getting back into boxing. I don't think he'd be ready for some kind of quick turnaround, so maybe like the middle of the year next year, something like that, I could see. But I don't think they're going to rush right into this rematch as soon as the year starts. I know KSI has talked about being ready and getting going in February or March. I just, maybe then, maybe March. But I think this is very preliminary, and it's very exciting because it does give you an inclination that KSI is coming back. It gives you that inclination that Tommy Fury's coming back, because if you remember, Tommy had the hand issue, right? Had to go get surgery. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. But let's take two approaches with this. Number one, let's say it is true and that this is something in the talks that could potentially happen sooner rather than later. It is, like I said, very ballsy for KSI, very risky for KSI, because again, you already have the loss to Tommy Fury, and you wonder how many times KSI is going to continue to box over the next couple of years. And you also run into that problem that Tommy Fury is only as big a name, no offense to him or anything else, as his brother or the influencer that he fights. And no offense to Tommy Fury, but KSI is the draw there, right? So when you talk about KSI fighting big names, sure, Tommy Fury's a way bigger name than the Slim and Anthony Taylor. The 2-on-1 thing would have been, for sure. And him being able to right that wrong is definitely going to do numbers. The rematch would destroy. I have no doubt about that. But is KSI ready for that? Coming off the loss, coming off a long layoff. To be fair, Tommy Fury coming off the same layoff and didn't look much better than JJ that night. In fact, I don't think he looked better. But it's just a matter of who can make adjustments. And that's why rematches are so fun. Even, the KSI Logan rematch, who could make more adjustments? It wasn't really even an adjustment thing in the rematch. It was just they went, I think, one more round and they took the headgear off. So that was the big, intrigue there, and they went in 10-ounce gloves. But the real thing here is who would make adjustments, who would be able to implement a game plan over that amount of time. What would KSI do differently? What would Tommy do differently? Those things I would love to see the answer to. I've told you guys, there's not many fights for KSI I'm interested in outside of Tommy. Maybe, I don't even think Amir Khan, that one's still just crazy to me. Jake Paul, obviously, that's the one, the KSI only. We know this. Floyd Mayweather I'd entertain, sure. You know, let KSI have a crack at him. It seems like everybody else in influencer boxing has at this point. But again, the big ticket here is that Tommy pulls out of the show I Am a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And to do so, it is because he's been offered a more lucrative project, which is believed to be a rematch with KSI. So again, they don't really say it's a fight. They say it's a lucrative project, which is believed to be. And I assume that's because of the interview we just watched where Mam says that, you know, they have talked to Tommy Fury's team. And this is where I'm going to talk about the other side of this, where we pump the brakes a little bit, because a project could be anything. And Mam saying they have spoken to Tommy, I'm sure a lot of people have spoken to Tommy about a rematch, Jake's team included. I'm sure both those sides are vying for a Tommy Fury rematch, on top of the fact that he's probably got other potential projects. I'm not sure, you know, how much his name value holds in the UK. I know the Fury name holds a lot of value, so maybe Tommy's got other things that are potentially more lucrative than even that. So potentially, maybe Tommy's got other things in the works. I'm just saying, it's okay to be excited about this, because I am. When I see that news, I'm like, oh, okay, KSI, Tommy, the rematch, run it, okay. But also, take into consideration where we're at right now. Tommy coming off the hand surgery, KSI out of camp, just now getting back into camp. Yes, timeline-wise, if we were talking about March or April or May, okay, yeah, you know, that would line up. But if we're talking about something super soon, it doesn't make a ton of sense for either name involved, because we're still in the very small stage of them just talking about potentially getting in a fight again. So you can see the other side of this, where you may read too much into it just based off the headline if you don't take a look at the actual article and see what has been said there. A TV insider said bosses are surprised Tommy has chosen to pull out of I Am a Celebrity at this late stage. It would have been a great opportunity for him too. Thankfully, execs already had some great names waiting in the wings, so look at benefiting others. With only weeks to go, something is going on. We can definitely say that. And I just forgot, by the way, too, KSI is, I guess he just completed a judging stint on Britain's Got Talent. I'm sure they filmed it, you know, a bunch of days in a row. So again, maybe, you know, he's just coming off this Britain's Got Talent. Tommy asked to leave this show he's about to do. They're doing that at the same time, maybe getting into camp. I'm just saying something's going on, because you don't pull out of a lucrative opportunity like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I've never seen, I don't know what show that is, but I'm assuming it's probably was going to pay him well. Although the show's name makes it seem like they don't want to be there in the first, never mind. It is more than a coincidence of this time. I just don't want to go as far as to tell you guys, oh yeah, for sure this, I don't know. I can say if it is, let's go. Run the rematch. I'm down with it. Would I like to see both Jake and KSI get those rematches? For sure. I think both of them deserve to do it. Honestly, I thought Jake after the Mike Tyson was the most sensible way to go about it, but it's going to be probably a bidding war of 2024 or 25 for Tommy's services between KSI and Jake. So I mean, he's kind of put himself in that position, I guess. So I guess whoever gives him the most lucrative offer is going to get that rematch. It seems like something is happening. I don't know who with, I don't know what with. Is it KSI? Is it Jake? Is it some other thing that's not fighting? It's something. And the timing just seems a little too convenient. As far as how that fight would go, like I said, it would be who makes better adjustments. I think KSI caught himself being a little bit one-dimensional in the fight, which was either just fully blitzing and trying to mix it up inside the clinch, or trying to let Tommy just come to him and throw one punch, clinch, and hope for the best there. I think there's got to be some more dimensions to his offensive game, more work off the jab, more angles, and yes, for Tommy, obviously he can't be so one-track minded as to just triple his jab, just jab, 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 clinch, or just jab right hand. There's going to have to be more weapons, more things that Tommy does, and defensively more things that Tommy does with his hands up to be able to protect him from the big right hand of JJ. And the weight was a different issue. JJ's trying to move up to cut down, maybe more power he's looking for, because he did land clean on him but couldn't put him down. So there's all of these things we have to consider, but I'm way too far ahead of myself right now, and I think you guys know this. The point I am trying to make is, and this is not going to be a long video, there's something going on with Tommy Fury, and it's not anything to do, in my opinion, with the entertainment business. He's gonna have a fight, because I'm reading into these context clues and I'm starting to put it together. You don't just leave the show for no reason. You don't just have all these people going to Mams Taylor for no reason out of nowhere, start talking about Tommy Fury this, Tommy Fury. Something's going on. I don't know what. I don't know what company. I don't know who with he would potentially fight, but something is happening. Could it be KSI? Sure. Could it be Jake? Sure. It also could be, and we didn't talk about this, the Tyson Fury Usyk undercard. That's coming up. We haven't announced opponents for that card yet. I didn't even think about that. And granted, I don't know how much money Tommy could make, or if Turkey Al-Sheikh would even put Tommy on the card. I would assume he would if Tyson was there. But again, there are a lot of things that could happen here. Maybe Tommy wants another fight before he takes KSI or Jake again. There's a lot in play. But keep your eyes on this story, because sometimes, you guys listen, I may not do it too much anymore with the whole, going and reporting and stuff, but when I do report things, or I do cover things, I'm usually pretty accurate. I told you guys that Tommy Fury was not allowed in the country before he was going to fight Jake, and he didn't get on the plane he was supposed to get on, to go to the country. I was one of the first people with that story, so when I say to you that I know, I feel it, something is happening, there's no sources or nothing, I've seen something like this before. I'm telling you, just keep an eye on it, because something's coming up, and I don't know what, I don't know when, but I do think this is more than just a coincidence, and that's why I wanted to cover it. It's not a long video, but you guys let me know what you think down below. What is happening? Is this KSI Tommy Fury rematch about to get going? Is it Tommy Fury on the Usyk and Fury 2 card? Is it Tommy Fury, Jake Paul? Is there something happening where Tommy Fury is going to fight? I think yes, but who it's going to be and where it's going to be, I don't have those answers. Just keep your eyes open, because something's coming. Don't know what, but guess we'll find out.